Welcome everybody to today's video. Today I wanted to talk about the most recent dev interview where we got some new information regarding what happens between 0.5 and release. The devs confirmed that we will have possibly multiple economy resets between 0.5 and release, coming with possible new skills, skill and character balance, adding missing ascendancy, the third druid and ranger ascendancy. We might get some love for like chaos skills and like all these kind of like balancing things, because they really want to make sure that 1.0 is in a very good state from a balance perspective. And so they want to like utilize these like small economy resets. This is not a full-blown league compared, like it would not be the same as like a 0.6 patch. We might get the Runes of Aldur league mechanic rebalanced a little bit. Maybe it will already move to being core and we don't have like a full-blown league mechanic. We have to see how that goes. And in this video I want to quickly go over some of the plans that I have, and possibly these economy resets would give me like opportunities to do another set of like league start, quote unquote. So we have to see how that goes. One thing that we got just fresh out of the press, essentially, there were a couple more updates to the patch notes. There are actually some pretty interesting things in here. I think some of the stuff that they already talked about, we know armor and evasion hybrid. So like evasion energy shield, evasion armor energy shield, all these like hybrid things, they get a lot more love on the passive tree. More clusters. Some of the very conditional nodes get baseline added to them, but like the conditional buff gets like lowered a little bit, but overall this is a buff. Then we have a couple of like smaller things, couple of like unique balancing, like deflection got like buffed. Deflection was really hard to like really build around. Hopefully with like the new evasion buffs and the new formula, maybe it will be better. One substantial nerf, actually, Mark of Siphoning got nerfed substantially because previously what it did is that you mark an enemy and all attack damage against that enemy you leech life and mana. Now what they did is change this to physical attack damage, which most of the leech sources are physical. So this is definitely like a big nerf. I have to see if this affects some of my builds. Possibly not, but yeah, we have to see. Another thing that is absolutely huge, especially for me, because we in my last video I talked about my league start already. Lesser, greater and perfect jeweler orbs can now be used on items with skills on them to increase the number of sockets the items granted skills. Using a jeweler orb on this item with multiple skill will affect all skills. This is absolutely huge, because getting your hands on a level 20 skill, like previously the only way to get a 6-link unique skill, or not even unique, even like some of the like rare items that have skills that you can craft, you needed a level 20 version, which is incredibly rare. So like especially for playing solo Self-Found with the Twisted Empyrean I want to build around, this is huge, very huge. A couple of minor other things which is kind of fun. Killing Palm, we just did a league start practice yesterday, and I did actually realize that sometimes it wouldn't really work. Killing Palm and Staggering Palm have this thing where like if you kill the target you have additional attacks to like dashes around, like there's like an image of your character dashing around, and that sometimes didn't really work. So I feel like that's a pretty nice buff there. But yeah, now let's get back to my plans. Again, I have a video for my league start plans and my aspirational build already. TLDR, I'm gonna start Kal Martial Artist and trying to work towards Twisted Empyrean Lich mana stacking. So that's like a two-handed slam mana stacking build. I still hope that mana stacking attack builds get a lot of love with like new runes, maybe some new uniques. Some of the new Calgarian skills and support skill might support this. We have to see. But yeah, main thing that I wanted to talk about in this video is there are a lot of builds that I still want to do, but like the thing is, like there's so much stuff, like I don't even know where to start, and there's even more than on this list. It's like literally like those are like the top contenders where I want to do something. One thing that is actually not really relevant to 0.5 because I did want to do this in 0.4 already. Whispering Eyes, Frost Dart, Chronomancer. This actually got a little bit, possibly a little bit better now with 0.5 as well. But in case you don't know, Whispering Eyes, that is a unique staff that gives you a aura that chills enemies in your presence. This is essentially comparable to like a Blasphemy Temp Chain aura, which like slows enemies down, but they count as chilled. So basically what this means is any conditional things and payoff skills that care about chilling enemies, you have this permanently, and you don't need to chill again, do the thing, chill again. Like a lot of the payoff stuff, for example, consumes the chill. With this, it's just again like the enemy is chilled. So what this does, what you can do with Frost Darts. Frost Darts is a very fun skill. I really like fast casting skills that have like multiple projectile. I like these like machine gun type of things, and this is one of these skills. The problem with Frost Dart is it never could really stand on its own because you need targets to get chilled and or get cold infusions to really make this skill work. And the skill itself cannot cause freeze or chill buildup. But with the Whispering Eyes aura, this basically, the payoff is always there. You just can completely bombard the enemy, and then if the enemy is chilled, basically you cause like these ice chunk to break out of the enemy. And it's important, this skill fires 3 projectiles, and each projectile makes 2 ice chunks. So without any supports, you have 3 projectiles hitting, which each make 2. So that is basically just 3 hits from the projectiles and another 6 hits from the ice chunks for 1 cast. And this is a very, very easy skill that you can spam. 0.8 cast time, it's like really a spell that you can just like spam. Like the mana cost will get a little bit out of hand, and we have to work around that. But yeah, that's a build that I know works, because especially this staff has 5 to 7 to all cold spells. So for a unique is like incredibly powerful, like +2 skill levels on uniques is just really good. And you have exposure on hit, just unconditional exposure on hit, so you don't need to like invest passive points or like other support gems for this. So that's just a really good build. This build definitely works. I know it will work. Problem is Whispering Eyes is relatively rare. I didn't really like target farm it in 0.4. I think I did drop 1, but I didn't come around building this. We have to see. If I do drop 1, I will definitely put it in my loot filter. I tried to build around this. This might be one of the first builds I want to build after my initial plans. Simply because I really want to do Chronomancer. And the new Chronomancer node has a chance to repeat and cascade skills. So the repeat should work for Frost Darts. I'm not sure if that's really helpful. I guess like if you have like a machine gun skill, you just machine gun even more. Yeah. Second build, Supporting Fire Tactician. I played this in 0.3. That was my first minion build I have ever done in any Path of Exile 1 and 2, and it was incredibly fun. The start was a little bit rough, but it was really fun. And in 0.4, Supporting Fire got buffed massively, absolutely ridiculously. I did go back on my Supporting Fire character and tried it out a little bit, and you can have permanent uptime on Supporting Fire because it shoots like in these like waves, and it has like way less cooldown, like half the cooldown in 0.4. And so with the right investment, you can have like permanent uptime, and literally it clears the entire screen. It's just like really cool. And then a couple of other things they did. Chopper Chalber. It's like a two-handed mace. I was kind of already thinking about using it, but the investment was not really worth it. This is a two-handed mace, which gives 50 spirit. It has a decent amount of flat damage, not like crazy. And they give this +2 to +3 to level of all minion skill. This is absolutely huge because you can use this. This is a two-handed weapon. You can use this together with a scepter, with Giant's Blood. You would need to invest, obviously, like a lot into the character, so that like, this is like a little bit more of an endgame build. But if you have Giant's Blood, the attributes requirements getting tripled, so that is a little bit beefy, like 300 int, 180 strength. But like since we would be like minion build anyway, intelligence shouldn't be a problem, and then like getting a little bit of strength. I need to see. It's definitely possible on the high end. And then Tactician, since we are a Tactician, having a good weapon in your main hand, there is this skill right here. Watch how I do it. Allies in your presence gain added attack damage equal to 25% of your main hand's weapon damage. If you have a two-handed weapon in your main hand, that's just really good. Of course, you could argue having a one-handed, very well-crafted like a mace or spear would be a lot more damage, yes. But this gets +2 to 3 minion skills and has this damage. So like the question is the trade-off worth it in the Giant's Blood investment? It's really hard to tell right now, but +50 spirit and the skill level, I think it's definitely worth it. And then on top of this, we don't 100% know, but I think it should work because the patch note said every weapon and your armor below level 55 could be rune forged. So if we can rune forge this and increase the base damage, I would personally assume that the base damage gets increased by maybe like another, I don't know, 50 to 100 damage flat, something like this. So then maybe we're talking about, I don't know, 170, 100. It's just like random numbers. I don't really know. Like maybe the top end might be like 300, close to 300, and the low end might be like 200. We have to see. But then this definitely already would be like a lot more competitive. A lot more competitive. On top of that, we have new minion rings and belt affixes from the Genesis tree. I think this is huge because for minion builds, rings and belts are like super useless. There's like just resistance on it, maybe like a little bit life or mana, and that's it. And because we are a tactician, we spend a lot of passives just traveling to like all the minion nodes. Like if you see here, the heat map of all the minion nodes, like you have like a little bit companion minion stuff here, but like all the minion stuff is here. And we do like a solid, what is this, 20 points, mercenary, let's say like we go here, 20 points, just traveling, and then we start picking up minion nodes. So basically with the changes that we have minion rings and affixes, we get a lot of power just from that, because like it's very hard as a tactician to take all the minion nodes. You just have so much traveling to do, and like there's very little, like passive tree is like the main source of minion damage, and then like some uniques and like skill levels. And with these new affixes, this should be pretty good. General armor evasion gets buffed. That's just good for tactician anyway. Tactician also has this branch here, and then we can't take all of this. We have to see, because the Chaba thing with the watch how I do it, that would be 2 points already. So I have to see like which nodes are gonna invest in. But like this branch here on the tactician has armor evasion on the small nodes, and then this gives you deflection rating and ailment threshold. And this one here, stay light, use cover. This is an incredibly good node. If you don't like absolutely full invest into armor and evasion. So basically you take just enough, and then to basically evade chance is kept by 50%, and damage reduction from armor is kept by 50. But basically you have twice the armor for the calculation purposes, and enemies have a accuracy penalty based on the distance. So with this node, even with not going like super crazy on the passive tree, like maybe I take like a couple of clusters here, like maybe like 1-2 clusters, I don't know. We should be able to reach like basically like evasion and damage reduction cap for armor with these new buffs. That should be like just even easier. So yeah, that's just pretty good. On top of this, 0.5 buffs minion command skills. They had a 70% movement penalty, and now it's 50%. And when you spam supporting fire, that makes it a little bit smoother. And then another thing, rage support is be able to support minions. That's just really nice and gives you like some more options, because getting rage on minions was possible already, but you needed to jump through a lot of hoops, and that was like a lot of investment in general. And then also we get minion splash 1 and minion splash 2. I think this enables also like a lot more minions to be viable. To be fair, I'm not sure how good that is on supporting fire tactician, because supporting fire already does all of your AoE clear. And splash probably early on in the campaign it might be good, and then in late game maybe you don't need it. I have to test this out. This is also one build that is probably one of the best solo self-found builds, because like just taking the first ascendancy is literally one of the biggest power spikes I ever had in any ascendancy, because supporting fire just literally, it just clears the screen. The screen is full of enemies, you click the skill, the screen is empty. It's just so good. Next one, this is a little bit of a wild card, but I love putting in some wild cards here. In one of the previous interview, not the most recent one, Jonathan Rogers from DGG said there will be a way in the Breach quest line to commune with the Dreamer, and one of the ascendancies will get like a node changed. So this is probably like a secret ascendancy, similar to like the Abyssal Lich. You could assume it's on the Acolyte of Chayula, but maybe they do like a random thing where like maybe like one of the other monk ascendancies gets some chaos stuff. So maybe like the martial artist or the invoker gets like a chaos branch. I don't know, that would be kind of funny. Or maybe even like one of the other classes. One thing I thought about, and this is like completely random, like there's like no proof for that, but what if the Spirit Walker ascendancy they just added, and then instead of having these Asmiri spirits, you have like some Breach spirits or like some crazy shit. I don't know, like I'm just like hoping for like some cool stuff. Build number 4, Unborn Lich. That's a unique staff from the Abyss boss. It is very common. I think it's is it a guaranteed drop? It's like guaranteed or almost guaranteed drop. But you need to it has like desecrated modifiers on it, and you need to rebuild all the modifiers. It's similar to the PoE1 staff from Katarina, I think. But basically, it always comes with a unique skill. And this is like one thing that I wanted to show you, where I'm actually like super excited about. I might not do this immediately. We might do this in these economy reset things. But basically, this is the staff. It always has like this Feast of Flesh where you consume corpses to gain life and mana. That's like okay. It has increased desecration modifier magnitude, and it has 4 desecration modifiers. One of it is always the skill, that is always first, and then you have 3 more. And one of the skills is his foul emergence. It's so good. All of these skills are reskins of skills that already exist. with a different damage type and different visuals. So basically, his Foul Emergence is a reskin of Comet. His Grave Command, I think, is I think it's like a Spectre. His Scattering Calamity is Ember Fusillade. Vile Intrusion, I think that is the teleport, the lightning teleport. I forgot the name. And Winnowing Flame is, yeah, anyway. Oh yeah, that's Reap. So yeah, the main thing that I wanted to show, however, is the his Foul Emergence. That's the Comet reskin, and I think this looks incredibly cool. Incredibly cool. Like this has like on the player character, it's the same animation as Comet, but then like the VFX is like totally different because Comet is coming from the sky and this comes from the ground. It's just so fucking good. And this is supportable by both Cascade and Echo. And I think this has good potential. This is a little bit weaker from the damage numbers than Comet, but because it's doing physical damage and chaos damage, the scaling angles are like a little bit better, because anything that's not elemental needs resistance, and then you need like exposure, AoE weakness, whatever. And with physical and chaos, like you can do Wither. Wither is just a really good multiplier, and enemies in general have like a lot less chaos resistance. So now you can see now it's doing like 2, or you can use the as AoE. I would probably use this as a single target finisher. Like this makes it like really good for AoE. And the new Chronomancer node has 20% chance for skill to repeat or echo. So basically both of the things that I just showed you will be chance to happen. And they can happen on the same cast as well. And what they're doing to this skill is they give it a 0 mana cost, which is okay, and an 8-second cooldown. Previously this was 25 to 15.5. And the Wither that it inflicts lasts like longer, and the Withering Ground lasts longer. I mean that's just like some extra damage if you have like some, like on top of this, if you cast this and then you do like some other chaos stuff, and then like effigy or whatever, like on the ground, this skill causes like this Withering Ground. It's just like some extra nice stuff. But basically having 8-second cooldown, I feel like that's on the verge of where you can actually use this as your main skill, possibly, maybe, like we have to see. Because Chronomancer will have cooldown resets. Generally cooldown reduction is on the passive tree. You can get cooldown recovery speed on the campaign bonus. Like there's a lot of cooldown recovery stuff that you can go for. And if you get this to like maybe like 4 or 5 seconds, I think you can maybe like even spam this. Like we have to see. But even if I can't spam this just as a like rare and boss killer, I really like this. Like from a playstyle perspective, this would be very similar to this character. On this character, I'm basically using Frost Nova for like clear, and then if there is a boss, I'm just doing like boom, ding ding ding, and then it's like that. Like basically the comets are killing the bosses and rares, and then I could imagine like a physical chaos build using this staff, and this staff has some crazy ass modifiers, some absolute crazy ass modifiers on it. You have chance for enemies to explode, increased chaos damage, Archon buff duration, spell damage per life. I think there was another one. I have another staff. Like there's just some absolutely crazy stuff on this staff. Increased cast speed while low life, magnitude of Unholy Might, and you have Unholy Might. Spells to fire additional projectiles. I think there's like a bunch more. Like obviously getting the perfect one will be very hard in SSF, but like getting like 1 or 2 good modifiers for the skill isn't like too hard, especially when you use the lucky desecration thing. And then because there's Archon stuff on this, another thing, and then this is like a little bit of a stretch again, they did add a new Archon. Archon of Undeath to the Witch Sorcerer's area of the passive tree. We have to see if this is minion focused. I don't think, like in my mind, this would be like Fizz chaos damage focused. And then if this is Archon that is actually relevant, we might use this with the stuff with Archon buffs. But they already said they want to give chaos damage a little bit of love between 0.5 and release, so maybe this would be like a build that I will play in one of the resets, but yeah, we have to see. Maybe even I could prepare the build, and then when they do the mini reset and move to standard, I can just like tinker around with it a little bit, I don't know. And then the last thing is just like anything we don't know yet, because they added like, what is it, like 30 uniques, and I think they showcased a couple of unique reworks and a couple of the new uniques, but there's probably like 20 uniques we don't know anything about. And if all of the uniques they're adding with this patch have the same level of what they showed already, like all the new uniques they showed, their quality bar for uniques just increases like massively. And in the interview where they talked about like these mini resets, they said possible new skills, skill and character balancing, and unique balancing. They want to revisit every of the old uniques, because I feel like there are a lot of cool uniques, but they didn't quite like made it to where you actually want to like build around it. So there's a lot of potential for that. So yeah. Again, my league start and my main build is clear. If you wanna know more about that, I made another video. I put that link in the description. But yeah, for the time being, that's it. And hopefully on Friday we have some crazy good league starts. So that's my plans, and thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.